is Störling Enna. I'm the artistic director of Störling Dance Theater.
And I'm the executive director, Jeremiah Enna.
Why Book of Kells?
Well, I actually originally was only familiar with some of the imagery and didn't know very much about it until I saw a documentary. I was sewing costumes for a completely different production, just to entertain myself. I had YouTube playing and this documentary about the Book of Kells came on, and I was just so fascinated by the story and the beauty of the book that I just had to do something about it. And for those that don't really know what the Book of Kells is, it's a medieval illuminated gospel manuscript that contains the 4 gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
And we've seen the imagery just our whole lives, but didn't really, wasn't connected to the deep story around it. It was just so fascinating. So when Mona came and said, let's study this more, it was a natural yes.
So what are some of those compelling elements from the imagery that really stood out to you, and how would they be portrayed in the production?
I think that some of the imagery for me that just inspired me and when I started kind of studying it a little bit more was just the complexity. And I think a lot of people are maybe familiar with like those interlacing patterns and the famous Celtic knots. And the book itself has such fine detail in it that you actually have to have a magnifying glass in order to see all the details.
And they basically say they don't believe artists today could reproduce it because it's so intricate, and the craftsmanship is kind of a lost art. In the book, the symbol for the Holy Spirit is a wild goose as opposed to a dove. And so it's kind of an adventure to like figure out all the symbolism and what does it mean. And so for people who really love mysteries almost, it's fascinating to go through the book for that reason as well, the symbolism and the meaning behind everything they did.
In a production, we'll have some of the images projected so people can actually see it. And I'm also partnering with a storyteller who has written this beautiful text about it, and we'll be reading it so people can really enjoy, looking at the imagery and hearing her talk about it. And then also we have a whole section where the dancers and their costumes the colors are based on the colors on the pages. And just some of the knots and the patterns, and they sort of like reflect like a human version of the imagery.
The artwork, yeah.